guys, welcome to my online studio. My name is Kate and this is an upward facing dog yoga tutorial. So upward facing dog is one of the movements that we have quite often in the vinyasa yoga practice, and it is usually done as a transitional phase, so part of the vinyasa flow. And the vinyasa, yeah, you can see my easy vinyasa tutorial by clicking the banner. I will put a banner up on Facebook, on YouTube, and you can click there and have a look at my easy vinyasa tutorial. I will do a regular vinyasa tutorial, I just haven't got around to it yet. But this is part of the vinyasa, so the upward facing dog. Now, it's often quite misunderstood by beginner yogis because it's actually quite a strong pose to do. And it's one of the poses where you kind of think to yourself that you've got it, but you haven't. It can be one of them. Okay, so we're going to look at that a little bit in more detail. But first things first, what we need to do is to warm up the back. Upward facing dog is a very strong pose, and it's one of the poses that actually is a very good back strengthening posture once you get it. Yeah. We're going to try not to sink into the flexibility of your back too much. Yeah, it can be, this is where the misunderstanding comes in. Yeah, because we are pressing ourselves away from the floor, and it's very easy then to just let your body go limp and sort of hang into your lower back a little bit. So we're going to try not to do that today. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on Cobra, and then we're going to work from Cobra to upward facing dog. Yeah, so you're going to use the same elements in the Cobra that you use in the upward facing dog, keeping all of the same strength elements. Okay, so let's start. We'll begin on all fours, my friends. So come down onto all fours. You can place your hands underneath your shoulders, about shoulder distance apart. I'm going to turn around so my face is in the sun. It's very nice. So we're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders, about shoulder distance apart. Okay, and your knees can come underneath your hips, and make sure your knees are about hips distance apart. And we'll begin with a few cat-cow movements just to warm up the spine. So press the floor away a little bit, press into your shoulders. We'll take an inhale and gently sink your belly down between your hands and your knees. Keep your elbows extended, squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back and look up. As you exhale, round your spine, press the floor away, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your bum a little bit, and then look at your belly button. Inhale, sink your belly down, squeeze shoulder blades lightly, look up to the sky as you tip your tailbone back. Exhale, round your spine, press the floor away, look at your belly button and tuck your tailbone right under. Inhaling, coming back through, squeeze and lift. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your tail under, look at your belly button. Inhaling, sinking back through, being mindful here that you're not going too far into your low spine, really noticing. Exhale, press the floor away, tuck your tailbone under, look at your belly button. Inhaling, we'll take 3 more like that. Look up, squeeze your belly. Exhale gently, press the floor away, round your spine, tuck your tail. Inhaling, last 2, squeeze shoulder blades lightly. Exhale, round your spine, press the floor away, tuck your tailbone, look at your belly button. Last one, inhale, sink it down, squeeze lightly with your shoulder blades. Exhale, round your spine, press the floor away, tuck your tailbone, look at your belly button. Gently, gently sit back on your heels and take a moment here just to roll your shoulders a little bit and notice what's going on in your body today. Okay, so this is Move Mindfully with Kate, not Move Mindlessly with Kate. Okay, so this is quite a strong pose, the upward facing dog, as I've said. And we need to be really, really mindful about what you feel in the low back. Okay, so for this reason, we're going to take a couple of cobras. All right, so come down onto your belly. Okay, extend your legs long back behind you, untuck your toes and press the tops of your feet into the floor. Suck your kneecaps up your legs, so much so that your kneecaps lift a little bit away from the floor. So really use your strong legs. From here, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Your fingertips are level with the tips of your shoulders. Just press your whole hand into the floor. And then squeeze your shoulder blades together onto your back. Now, what can often happen here in the Cobra is we're squeezing the shoulder blades together, but the shoulders have come up to the ears. So take your shoulders down your back, Squeeze your shoulder blades together, and imagine here that you're going to squeeze your elbows towards each other in. Keep your legs super, super strong. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. And with your next inhale breath, use your back muscles to lift your head, your neck, and your chest away from the floor. So you're really feeling your back muscles engage here, and we're not pushing the floor away with the hands. In fact, you could even lift your hands up and still keep the same height. Legs are super, super strong, and you're pressing your feet down into the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. Inhale, lift, squeeze your bum. Exhale, lower. So make a little pillow with your hands. Turn your face to one side and just relax here. You can wiggle your hips a little side to side. We'll take Cobra pose once more. Okay, so we're really going to focus now on engaging the muscles in the back. Okay, so really engaging from your tailbone right through to the muscles between your shoulder blades. Yeah, and it's this exact engagement of the back that we need to keep as we move towards our upward facing dog. Okay, so we're going to set the position up again. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. Suck your kneecaps up your legs. Really strong legs. This is really important for upward facing dog. Making sure now that your heels haven't fallen out to the sides. Yeah, this is also really important in up dog. It can be quite easy to allow the heels to fall open to the sides, and that usually happens when your legs aren't engaged. Okay, so really engage the legs. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, fingertips level with the tips of your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back, but your shoulders away from your ears. Elbows move towards each other, shoulder blades move towards each other. Suck your kneecaps up your legs and use your back muscles to lift you up, not your arms. Really squeeze those back muscles, squeeze your legs, squeeze your bum, press the tops of your feet into the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down. Make a little pillow with your hands and turn your face the other way. So just relax a little bit. And from here you can bring the toes to touch, your big toes at the back of your mat, and then just let your heels fall open. And this will just help to relax the low back a little. You can wiggle your hips a little side to side. Good job. Now usually we would come into upward facing dog from chaturanga. Okay, and when I have made the vinyasa tutorial that I'm going to do, I will add a link to that also in the corner. So you'll see the little banner come up once I've made the tutorial. I haven't done it yet. Okay, so from Cobra to up dog, there is a little bit of difference here. Okay, so your hand placement is one of the differences. Okay, the legs stay super strong. Your shoulders stay away from your ears. And we try to imagine that we are engaging the back, okay? So we don't want to just hang down. Now, a lot of the time, many mistakes, mistakes, no, it's not a mistake, but it's a little bit less effective, okay? Let's say it like that. I like to say there are really no wrong ways to do a pose, but there are ways that make it a little bit less safe, okay? And there are ways that are just not as effective, yeah? And upward facing dog, it can often be that when people come into the up dog, they kind of look a little bit like this. Oh, the shoulders are up to the ears, yeah, and the low back is getting a bit of a dumping sensation. Oh, it's all crunched up and it feels gross, and the legs are all floppy and the feet are hanging out to the sides. Yeah, the hands are not engaged. Yeah, so it can be a little bit... When you look at it as a yoga teacher, you can sort of think to yourself, oh, that looks like it's not really being used to its most effective potential. Okay, so we're going to come in from Cobra, all right? So we're going to set up the Cobra again. So come down onto your belly, press the tops of your feet into the floor, suck your kneecaps up your legs. Your hands come down under your shoulders, squeeze your shoulder blades, the shoulders stay away from the ears, and lift up lightly. From here, my friends, step your hands back on your mat a little bit so they're more level with your rib cage. Yeah, your fingers are spread nice and wide. From here, press into your hands, lift your head, your neck, and your chest, and then press your hips away from the floor as you press the floor away. Now be mindful here that your hands are underneath your shoulders, yeah, and they're not backwards or forwards. Okay, your hands are really underneath your shoulders, your elbows are straight, you're pressing your tops of your feet into the floor and you're sucking your kneecaps up your legs. From here, engage your bum, engage your shoulders, press the floor away with your shoulders, and then actively imagine bringing your shoulder blades onto your back. And you should feel your back muscles engage. Deep inhale, press, lift the crown of your head towards the sky, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, lower down towards the floor. Oh, take a moment. Now be really mindful here, my friends, that perhaps, if you did feel some crunching in your low back there, it's best to actually skip that and work on the Cobra, okay? So if you're doing a vinyasa and you're working on your upward facing dog and you are feeling a crunching sensation in your back, skip it, yeah? Do Cobra instead. It's just as effective. In fact, it's more effective because Cobra is something that we can actually do even as beginner yogis. Yeah, Cobra is something really, it makes the muscles super strong. Okay, so it's a real strength building pose. And once you've got a really nice bit of strength in your Cobra, then you can work on your upward facing dog really by engaging the muscles. Yeah? Okay, so from there, my friends, press yourself up onto all fours and then sit down on your heels. Notice here what's happening in your low back. And notice if you're feeling anything in your low spine at all. So any kind of, if you feel like, oh, I need to stretch out my low back, or oh, I need to push my low back away a little bit, or I need to roll into a little ball, you may have gone a bit too far, okay? And you may have just overworked your low back a little bit, yeah, and dumped a little bit into your flexibility. So just be mindful about that as you practice any of these back bending kind of positions, all right? And if you're feeling good about it, you can gently fold over your legs, press your forehead down towards the floor, bring your arms back beside your hips with the palms facing up and take a gentle child's pose. And just take a moment here to release the spine, let everything go, and notice how you feel. Yeah, notice what happened for you. With your next inhale, roll up your spine. Come to sit on your knees. Shift your hips over to one side, swing your feet to the other, and come into an easy seat. So my friends, thank you so much for joining me for this upward facing dog tutorial. I hope upward dog makes a bit more sense now. And if not, don't worry. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It'll come. It's only yoga. Yeah, no stress. I hope you join me for my next tutorial. And yeah, see you soon on the mat. Bye, guys.